The people familiar with the pinnacle of motorsport understand that Formula One drivers ride with a fighter pilot mentality.
And that's exactly the energy Kosinski's F1 channels from start to finish. Pure, unfiltered velocity with a war zone edge.
Even the team's lead engineer in the film, coached straight from the fighter jet manufacturer Lockheed Martin, isn't just building a car, he's crafting a machine for battle.
As Brad Pitt puts it in a film, we need to build a car for combat. And that line doesn't just describe the vehicle, it defines the film's entire attitude.
I'm your very own Mishra ji, who watches more F1 races than movies.
And I'm Subhadra, the film fanatic who thinks DRS is just a Netflix drama.
And you are watching Pop Nation World and GrandStand. Today, entertainment will collide with speed.
And this isn't your typical movie review. It's a perspective on one of the most expensive films ever made, seen through the lens of a devoted F1 fan and someone who just simply loves great cinema. So if you are an F1 enthusiast planning to watch it with friends or family who aren't into sports, here's exactly how the experience might play out.
From two people who see the track very differently. This is F1's movie review with downforce
mixed with a bit of spicy drama. Let's hit play.
The story of Sonny Hayes, a former F1 star who burned out and is now pulled back to mentor a young prodigy, is pure Formula One folklore. It's Alonso meets Hunt meets a bit of Damon Hill. Yes, I've seen this arc play out in real paddock. So while the beats were familiar, the execution worked because it felt grounded in the sport. Ruben, the team boss, is a kind of figure you would find yelling over comms at Haas or Williams. The structure? Classic race movie rhythm. Redemption, rivalry, and the big final showdown.
The plot isn't revolutionary. In fact, it borrows liberally from sports dramas past like Creed, Rush, and even Cars. But it owns that. What makes it work is the emotional current beneath the story. Pitt Sonny isn't just a mentor. He's a man trying to prove he still matters. The structure, fall, rise, redemption, is clean, effective, and carries enough character weight to feel satisfying. I didn't care where the checkered flag fell. I was watching the people.
This is where the film wins the championship. Real GP tracks, actual race footage, in-car cameras, that cockpit shot at Spa's on road. I was in. I could smell the tire rubber, hear the DRS flaps opening. Kosinski doesn't just shoot racing, he understands it. This is what I've always wanted from a motorsport film. Not stylized slow-mo, but real 300 km/h intensity. And the tech, next level. The way cameras cling to the car as it weaves through Monza, unreal.
I don't know what En Rouge is, but I felt the rush. The racing is beautifully filmed, immersive, visceral, almost hypnotic. The sound design especially does the heavy lifting. It isn't just loud, it's layered. Zimmer's score adds that elevated emotional beat without overwhelming the engines. It's a masterclass in balancing realism and cinematic energy. Even for someone who doesn't follow racing, the track sequences had me glued.
Brad Pitt's Sonny Hayes is believable. He's not playing an F1 god. He's flawed, tired, running on fumes. There is a hint of Kimi Raikkonen's shrug and Alonso's smirk in his character. He talks like a driver, walks like one, and that one line, do we have the car? We have the driver. It gave me goosebumps. He brings gravitas to the grid and you buy every second of it.
Brad Pitt is the movie. He anchors it with charm and a kind of rogue vulnerability. He is not trying to be cool. He just is. His scenes with Damson Idris are electric, especially when they are not even talking. You feel the weight of Sonny's past, his hesitation, his rekindled love for the tracks. And yes, that line is the moment. It's rare to see a star embrace aging and still burn up the screen.
Damson Idris or Joshua Pierce, legit. That's the rookie energy you see in guys like Lando Norris or the early Vettel. Bardem Rubin is classic paddock chaos, part Gunther Steiner, part Latin soap opera. But the female leads, underused. Carrie Condon could have been F1's brilliant female tech chief, but they gave her a half-baked love angle instead. Frustrating. The mechanics, pitwall guys, solid and authentic. The sports ecosystem felt totally real.
I loved Idris. He brings fire, insecurity, and flash. Bardem, a screen stealer. But yes, the women deserve more. Sarah Niles had one incredible scene, but otherwise the film puts them on the bench. It's a shame. The chemistry between the characters is solid across the board though. Whether it's a tense team radio call or a quiet pep talk, there's a rhythm to how people interact in this world. It's just that some voices are still muted. I really appreciated how the metaphors unfolded throughout the movie. How the letter C is first introduced as chaos during the team meeting, and it eventually comes to represent combat by the film's conclusion.
The movie doesn't reinvent the wheels, and I'm impressed with that. It hits every expected beat: reluctant mentor, wild rookie, dramatic final race, but it does it well. It feels like watching a great race with a predictable ending, but you're still enjoying every lap. There's comfort in the formula. Bonus points for the self-aware lines like Sonny doing laundry just before getting called up. Why not Sonny? It's a no until it's not. That's a vintage racer ego. The most striking aspect of the movie is that it doesn't attempt to reinvent Formula One. Instead, it celebrates the formula like a tribute to the sport and embraces its essence.
I agree. You've seen racing movies before, but maybe not this shiny, not this sincere. The writing knows the tropes and embraces them. It doesn't try to be gritty or cynical. It believes in second chances and the magic of racing. That's refreshing. The audience isn't here for a plot twist. They are here for a ride, and the ride delivers. The movie closes the same way it begins, with the same lines. It's not about money. Then what is it really about? Bringing the story to a full circle.
This movie gets that F1 is not just the drivers, it's the strategists calculating the fuel loads, the engineers chasing milliseconds, the mechanics swapping a wing in 12 seconds, and it shows it all. Cameos from Hamilton, Verstappen, and Sainz, that's just the cherry. And the real win is the invisible labor it portrays.
Exactly.
You can't fake the stuff. F1 is a machine made of humans, and the film nails that. The realism gets even more interesting when Sonny Hayes' history is connected to a real incident in the 1990s. Even Idris' character is inspired by Lewis Hamilton, the 7-time world champion and the producer of the film, who is the only black racer in the history of F1. The pairing of Joshua and Sonny resembles many real-life pairings like rookie Hamilton and Fernando Alonso in 2007. Even Lance Stroll and Alonso on the current grid.
I was genuinely surprised by how collaborative racing is. You always think it's one guy in the car, but this movie shows the hustle behind the pit wall, the tension in the garage, the stakes for everyone in the paddock. Even for a layperson like me, that insight hits hard. It's not just about going fast, it's about going fast together.
This is the F1 film I've been waiting for. It's not just shiny cars and sponsor logos, it's a story rooted in the sport and the respect for its people and space. It might not be perfect, but it's absolutely authentic. So 5 on 5 stars from my side.
Wow.
I'll watch it again before the next Grand Prix in Red Bull Ring and the Silverstone.
As someone who went in for Brad Pitt and came out wanting to Google DRS explained, I would say the film wins. It's cinematic, emotional, and slick without being shallow. It may fumble with a few characters, but the energy is undeniable. I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5. I saw people of all age groups in the theater during key scenes cheering, not just watching the movie, but celebrating it, coming together to witness Sonny Hayes take flight.
Whether you are Team Ferrari or Team Popcorn.
F1, the movie is worth the ride.